Imagine standing in an old, dimly lit room, the floorboards creaking beneath your feet. The air feels heavy, and as you take a deep breath, there is a sudden drop in temperature. A shiver runs through you, and then you feel something cold, almost like fingers, grazing your arm. Your heart races, and you whip around, expecting to see someone, but there's nothing. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to explore 5 disturbing, true basement horror stories that will send chills down your spine. From mysterious disappearances to ghostly encounters, these chilling tales will make you think twice before venturing into your own basement again. Story 1. The Basement of Horrors. In 2009, Mark and Lisa, a young couple with dreams of homeownership, stumbled upon a stunning Victorian house in Indiana. Its intricate woodwork and expansive gardens captured their hearts, and they quickly made an offer. However, once they moved in, the charm of the house began to fray. At night, as they settled down, strange noises echoed through the halls. What started as distant thuds quickly escalated into unsettling whispers that slithered through the dark. Mark, ever the skeptic, brushed it off as the house settling. "Old houses make noise," he would say with a chuckle. But Lisa felt a knot of dread tightening in her stomach. She couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. One fateful evening, they decided to explore the basement, the source of many of the peculiar sounds. The old staircase creaked ominously as they descended, and their flashlights flickered against the damp, cold walls. The air was stale, filled with the scent of mildew and something else, something ancient. While rummaging through dusty boxes filled with forgotten trinkets, Lisa stumbled upon a small door, partially concealed by an old bookshelf. A shiver ran down her spine as she pried it open, revealing a hidden room that seemed to pulse with a sinister energy. The room was sparsely furnished, with only a chair in the center and chains hanging from the walls. Broken toys lay scattered around. Remnants of childhood laughter turned to whispers of despair. Amidst the clutter, a faded photograph caught Lisa's eye. It depicted a young girl who had vanished just a few blocks away, 2 decades prior. The haunting image made her blood run cold, and as she examined it closely, she noticed the same eerie smile that lingered on the lips of the spectral whispers they had heard in the night. As they sifted through the remnants, they discovered a journal belonging to the house's previous owner. The entries detailed a man's obsession with collecting people, and the last entry chillingly described the thrill of the hunt. Mark and Lisa exchanged horrified glances, realizing that their dream home was a facade hiding a dark legacy. Terrified, they called the police. Investigators arrived, their faces pale as they reviewed the chilling discoveries. They later confirmed that many of the missing persons referenced in the articles were last seen near their home. The couple, overwhelmed with fear, decided to move out, leaving behind their dreams in the basement full of nightmares. They departed haunted by the whispers of the past, knowing that some secrets are best left buried. Story 2. The Haunting of the Tatum House. In the summer of 1984, the Tatum family was eager to start a new chapter in their lives when they moved into a charming Victorian home in New Jersey. The picturesque facade and spacious rooms felt like a dream come true for parents Tom and Jennifer, along with their 2 young children. But their excitement quickly turned to apprehension as strange occurrences began to plague them. Initially, it was small things: doors creaking open on their own, cold drafts rushing through the halls, and the unsettling feeling of being watched. Tom reassured his family, attributing the disturbances to the old house settling. But his son, Timmy, became increasingly fascinated with the basement. He would sit for hours near the basement door, insisting that he was talking to the man in the basement. Jennifer felt a deep unease growing within her, but tried to dismiss it as childish imagination. One afternoon, Jennifer decided to explore the basement herself, determined to find out what was troubling her son. Armed with a flashlight, she descended the rickety stairs, the air thick with dust and an unshakable sense of dread. The basement was cluttered with forgotten furniture, cobwebs draping everything like ghostly veils. In a dim corner, she noticed a dusty trunk, half buried beneath old blankets. With a mix of excitement and fear, she opened it, only to find it filled with eerie toys and old photographs of a little girl named Sarah, who had lived in the house years before. As Jennifer delved deeper into the trunk, she uncovered a diary that recounted Sarah's experiences living in the home. The entries were innocent at first, detailing her daily adventures. But as the pages progressed, the tone shifted to one of fear and desperation. Sarah wrote about feeling watched and her growing fear of the basement. The last entry sent chills down Jennifer's spine. "I feel trapped. The man in the basement wants to play, but I don't want to play anymore." Terrified, Jennifer rushed back upstairs, shaking. That night, the family decided to set up cameras in the basement, hoping to capture evidence of the strange occurrences. When they reviewed the footage the following morning, their blood ran cold. The cameras had recorded shadowy figures moving through the dark and a voice whispering, "Get out." In a panic, they reached out to paranormal investigators who confirmed the presence of multiple spirits, including that of the little girl. The investigators told them stories of families that had lived in the house before, each one driven away by the malevolent spirits that lurked within the walls. Fearing for their safety, the Tatum family packed their belongings and fled the house, leaving behind their dreams of a perfect home. The once charming house fell into disrepair, becoming an object of local legend. People claim to see flickering lights and hear children's laughter echoing from its abandoned rooms, a ghostly reminder of the Tatum family's harrowing experience. Story 3: The Murder in the Basement. In 2011, Sarah, a recent college graduate eager to start her new life, found a basement apartment in California that was both charming and surprisingly affordable. From her first night, however, she sensed an unsettling presence. Strange noises echoed through the walls, thumps, whispers, and a creeping sensation of being watched that sent chills down her spine. Determined to make her new home comfortable, Sarah decorated her space, but the atmosphere remained heavy, as if the walls held their breath. One day while cleaning, she discovered a hidden compartment in the wall. Inside lay a small box filled with personal belongings, letters, jewelry, and photographs of a young woman named Jessica, who had lived in the apartment before her. Intrigued, Sarah began researching Jessica's story. She discovered that Jessica had gone missing under suspicious circumstances several years prior. Friends reported that she had last been seen in the basement of the apartment complex just days before her disappearance. Jessica's boyfriend was the prime suspect, but no evidence connected him to her fate. As the days passed, Sarah found herself increasingly haunted by the whispers that echoed through her apartment, growing louder and more insistent. One night, she awoke to find a shadowy figure at the foot of her bed, a woman with long hair and a pleading expression. Sarah's heart raced. It was Jessica, desperately seeking help. Determined to uncover the truth, Sarah began conducting her own investigation, reaching out to Jessica's friends and family. They shared chilling accounts of Jessica's growing paranoia before her disappearance. The more Sarah learned, the more she felt the weight of Jessica's sorrow. As the paranormal activity escalated, objects moved on their own, cold drafts swept through the apartment, and shadowy figures flickered in her peripheral vision. Sarah knew she couldn't ignore the spirit any longer. She sought help from paranormal investigators, who confirmed that Jessica's spirit was trapped, longing for justice and peace. Fleeing her apartment in terror, Sarah reported her experiences to the police, but they found no new leads on Jessica's case. The apartment complex fell into disrepair after she left, and stories of Jessica's haunting spread like wildfire. Locals claimed to see her wandering the halls searching for answers. Sarah's experience remains a chilling reminder of how the past can linger, casting shadows long after the living have moved on. Story 4: The Forgotten Souls of the Cellar. In 1995, a couple named John and Claire purchased a historic farmhouse in rural Pennsylvania, captivated by its rustic charm and the sprawling fields that surrounded it. They were eager to start a family and believed the farmhouse would be the perfect place. However, the warmth of their dreams quickly turned into something sinister. Soon after moving in, they decided to explore the cellar, a dark, musty place filled with old furniture and forgotten relics. The couple was excited at the thought of uncovering hidden treasures, but as they entered, they felt a cold breeze sweep through the room, causing them to shiver. While cleaning out the cellar, Claire stumbled upon a hidden trap door beneath a pile of old boxes. Intrigued and slightly apprehensive, she pried it open to reveal a narrow staircase leading deeper underground. Despite the unease creeping up her spine, her curiosity overwhelmed her, and she called John to join her. As they descended, the air grew colder, and the musty scent intensified. They found themselves in a small, damp room adorned with remnants of a forgotten past. Old clothes hung from nails in the wall, and a dusty rocking chair sat in the corner, swaying slightly as if someone had just left it. In the center of the room was a weathered wooden chest. With a mix of excitement and trepidation, they opened the chest to discover a collection of letters, each detailing the lives of the individuals who had once lived in the house. The letters were filled with stories of love, loss, and despair, revealing that the previous owners had met tragic fates. Some had disappeared mysteriously, while others had succumbed to madness in that very cellar. The last letter was a chilling confession from a woman who believed she had been cursed to remain in the house, forever haunted by the spirits of those who had come before her. The final line sent a chill down their spines. "I see them in the dark, waiting for me to join them." From that moment on, the couple experienced increasing paranormal activity. Whispers filled the night, and shadows danced along the walls. Claire often awoke to find the rocking chair gently swaying, even though she knew no one had been there. Terrified, they sought the help of a local historian who revealed that the farmhouse had a dark history. Stories of rituals and sacrifices conducted in the cellar to appease vengeful spirits. Realizing they could no longer live in fear, John and Claire packed their belongings and left the farmhouse, leaving behind not only their dreams, but also the echoes of a tragic past. The farmhouse still stands, its secrets buried within the cellar, where whispers and shadows await the next unsuspecting souls who dare to enter. Story 5. The Witching Hour. In 1975, a young girl named Emily moved with her family to an old farmhouse in rural Michigan. The property was cheap and spacious, ideal for their large family. However, from the moment they arrived, Emily felt an unsettling presence lurking in the basement. Every night, as the clock struck midnight, she would hear whispers that seemed to float up from the depths of the house. At first, she thought it was her imagination playing tricks, but the whispers grew louder and more distinct. They seemed to call her name, beckoning her to come closer. One fateful night, drawn by an unexplainable urge, Emily crept down the creaking stairs into the basement. The air was heavy and cold, and she felt a strange compulsion to explore. In the corner, she discovered a collection of dusty old dolls, their glassy eyes staring blankly into the void. Each doll seemed to hold a story, but one in particular caught her attention. A tattered doll with a cracked porcelain face. As she reached for it, a chilling wind swept through the basement, extinguishing her flashlight. Emily froze, the darkness wrapping around her like a suffocating blanket. Suddenly, she heard a soft, sorrowful voice say, "Help me." Terrified yet captivated, Emily felt an overwhelming need to understand the doll's story. The following days were filled with inexplicable occurrences. Objects moved, doors slammed shut, and shadows flitted across the walls. The whispers intensified, urging her to uncover the truth. Determined to break the curse, Emily sought the help of a local historian. He revealed that the farmhouse had a dark past involving a witch who was accused of practicing dark magic. The townsfolk had tormented her, leading to her disappearance, and the dolls were said to be vessels for her spirit. Armed with this knowledge, Emily returned to the basement and spoke to the doll, promising to help it find peace. That night, as the clock struck midnight, the whispers returned, but this time, they were filled with gratitude. The air shifted, and Emily felt a warmth envelop her, as if the spirit had finally found solace. From that night on, the haunting ceased. Emily kept the doll, feeling a strange bond with it, knowing that she had helped a lost soul find its way home. The farmhouse became a place of peace, the shadows finally receding, leaving behind only memories of the witching hour that once was. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more creepy stories. Which of these stories gave you a chilling experience? Let us know. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and remember, sometimes the scariest stories are the ones that are real.